What's up, guys? Haven't made a motovlog in a little while. The last one was what, the track. So as you guys can see, I got a Firebolt triple tree set up with the clip-ons, ASV levers. This one's a little up. That's all right. That's a little bit. Oh. Got new fork seals on it. They don't leak anymore. Ordered the wrong ones. They had the wrong ones installed already, and that's why they leaked. Yeah, always measure your forks before you order seals. Unlike my dumbass, where I just like, oh yeah, it doesn't work right here. Wrong. Anyway, this one, I ordered 43s and they're 41s. So I mean, that minor of a difference. You know, I don't know why Buell decided to do all that stuff, but changing mid-year or whatever the hell they were doing. This is 04, so I don't know why. Whatever, but it's done. They're 41s. Got a little air fuel ratio gauge you can see there. That's a Wideband I installed. You know me, I can't leave anything alone. Got a tool bag. Yep, it left me on the side of the road finally. That was fun. Had a power wire come loose on the fuse box. Yeah, 2 hours, 3 hours on the side of the highway. It was fun. I couldn't hear anything, you know, couldn't hear the relays clicking. Hard to diagnose it by myself. No tools. Got me a little tool bag I stuffed in there. So, well, hell, I guess we'll just address this. I wanted clip-ons for this thing. They don't make clip-ons anymore for these. They, like, you look at all the old forums and stuff, and people give you these names, and these businesses do not exist anymore. So you try to look up how to do a Firebolt one, and there's really not a lot of information out there. A lot of people will zip tie their gauge clusters to it to make it work, or whatever the hell they want to do. So I gave my buddy the task, hey, can you mount this to this? So he took the stock triple tree, cut it where the gauge cluster mounts at, and welded it to the new one, or to the Firebolt one, and now we can have our gauges mounted. I had to grind a little bit right here. You can't probably see that, but just a little bit to clear this right here, and drill a hole through the side right here for my clutch cable, and then routed it accordingly. And that was the only major mods I had to do to it. And then I get questions on, hey, how did you mount that that quad lock? Trial and error, man. So I bought it thinking that it's gonna fit, you know, but it's gotta fit. Wrong. Nah, it didn't fit. So I initially put the bolt in through the bottom and got rid of the whole middle piece of the stem mount, if you know what the stem mount is. So it's a stem mount, and that seemed to work, but I got a clunking in the front end, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, little did I know that this little nut right here tightens the hell out of the bearings in the head, and makes it not clunk and puts pressure on the bearings. So I had to redo a couple things. So what I ended up doing was going to the hardware store, getting like a 3-inch, it was like a 10, it's called a 1032 bolt with a head, with like a little recessed screw that fits in there perfectly, and I got a matching washer and nut. And so what I did was glue the washer and nut to the back side of that stem nut, and just let it sit for a little bit, and then, you know, instead of sticking the Allen wrench in there to like all the way through to tighten it, you kind of shallow, but it's okay, you still get some good torque on it. So I torqued it down, and then hell, I'd put the nut through, or put the bolt through it with the quad lock, and we got a quad lock now. So it works pretty good. I highly recommend getting the anti-vibration thing. That's with the anti-vibration thing, and I know when there are videos and shit, it's like, oh, look how steady it is. Okay. Like, yeah, that's so steady. Whatever. But yeah, so I had another issue with the bike too. So after the track, I was like, okay, you know, I was pretty happy with the numbers, you know, around 1240, 110. I immediately went, it was like a meetup, like on a Thursday, like in Broken Arrow. And I made it all the way there, which is about, I don't know, probably 25 miles away, something like that. No issues. It's been running great. I get to get on my bike again, and it starts running like shit. And I'm like, what the hell? So I try to get out of there. You know, I don't like to mess with my bike or cars in front of people. It's anxiety and stuff, you know. So I made it down the road, and I'm like, man, what the hell is going on with this thing? Look, you know, I just read the fuel pump, so I'm like, it's got to be fuel pressure regulated. I bet you that stupid regulator or something's messed up. So I took it all apart. Like I made it home, you know, and I looked at the AFV, which is the adaptive fuel values, and it was like 150%, which is maxed out. So I was like, okay, it's lean. So I go and drain all the fuel out of it, take it apart, and I don't really see anything that's a smoking gun. But I was reading online that the guy I bought this fuel pump kit from uses the wrong damn O-ring for the regulator, and sure as shit, that's what it was. So in that, I decided I'm not going to use that stock plastic regulator setup. So I ordered one from Agard Moto Foundry. I'll leave a link in the description below. I used his 3D printed regulator or his mounted regulator, and it comes with a regulator installed in it. I think it was like $100 or something like that. Totally worth it. It fixed it. And then on the way back from Manfred, that was like a little bit later, I figured it was like, damn, the fuel pump took a shit or something. No, it lost power. It's a few bucks, yeah. And it killed the battery. So I had to change the battery on the side of the highway. Fun times, yeah. So yeah, I've been tuning on it a little bit. You tune it with Tuner Pro, and I've got a Bluetooth dongle. I got a Bluetooth dongle under the seat called a Buell tooth. You just hook up. Hook up to it via Bluetooth, either your laptop or I just use a smartphone. So you can download it, and not just a smartphone. It has to be an Android. So it's called like an ECM Droid, I think. You download that app, connect to it. You can download the tune you're wanting to mess with. Let me close that. There we go. Download the tune you're messing with. You can email it to yourself and then modify it with either ECM Spy or Tuner Pro. I like Tuner Pro better. That's just me. They both do the same thing. But I had to put it in an open loop and tune it. I think the rear O2 sensor is going out in this thing, so I just threw it in an open loop, and you can see my air-fuel ratio is like perfect. But when I first got this on there, man, it was super lean, just cruising like right here. It was like in the 17s, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's why it feels like shit. So, yeah. There's no like map sensor or anything, so it's all like GPS based. It's like really archaic, kind of a pain in the ass to tune, really. There's really no feedback on it, and you can data log it, but it's like it does me no good to data log it because the rear O2 sensor's all messed up. It's like it's making false moves and stuff, so, or adjustments. So whatever. But so that 1240s pass at 110, 111, whatever the hell I did. It was running like a 1220 air fuel when I did that, so I leaned it up quite a bit, and it runs a lot better, like at watt up throttle. So I hadn't touched timing or anything, but when you're tuning these, so what I was doing, you're really conflicting information. So I'm just going to go off with my damn gut feels. You got a front and a rear cylinder. The front cylinder obviously gets the most air. It's the coolest cylinder. The rear one's going to be the hottest cylinder. I'm tuning it off of the front one. in transferring that whole map to the rear cylinder map and then adding 2 points to it across the board. Not 2 like AFR points, but just 2 points in general. So it's a tad richer than the front one. So that's what I want. I want a little richer in the rear cylinder, kind of protect it a little bit so it ain't gonna burn up on me. And then the timing's the exact same on both of them. So, but yeah, dude, it runs a shitload better. It has it's got a factory race ECM in it, and it was way the hell off as far as like throttle tipping and stuff. It was bad. There's a little lean right there, but nothing crazy. I mean, it was going out in the 20s when I first hooked it up. It was bad. But yeah, I've been just off and on tuning this thing. Like, you can see like the tip-in is pretty rich, so I'm gonna tame that down a little bit. But that's really the only thing I've been fighting, was either it's gonna be too rich or too lean. So I think I got it figured out of where they are in the tables. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hard to do without data logging it. I'm kind of really running blind here, and I just know where my throttle is, you know, based upon my wrist, and then what the AFR is. But other than that, I'm really just kind of like, I think it's about right here, and just kind of going off of that, you know. I don't recommend doing that, you know, if you're just doing that for shit for customers and all that stuff, or you don't know what the hell you're doing. I really don't recommend doing that. So all the data logging I'm doing right now is just in my head. I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of rich right here. Like right here, I'd probably take out about 10%. See, but like right there, I gave it a little bit more throttle and it cleared right up, and I'd probably leave that alone. But like that initial, like barely on the throttle, it's really rich. But you roll into it a little bit more, like I'm talking like it's between 5 and 10% throttle. Like it ain't much. It's just a little rich. But again, it's way better than it being lean. Dude, it was running so bad. Like it was just popping and stuff. And I just thought it was a Harley thing. Nah, it's a tune thing. It's definitely tune. It's just being a piece of shit. That's what it was. But yeah, it runs a hell of a lot better like this though. Like I'd rather be like this than popping and lean than not and all that stuff. So, but I'm really excited to see what it would run in the quarter, just doing an air fuel change like that. Now, the weather's going to change and it's going to drastically probably mess with this. So I don't know. There actually is a baro sensor provision in the PC or the ECM for these, but there's no baro sensor. Man, that's a snapping turtle. I think it was dead though. I'll go pick it up and put it on out of the way, but it looked like it was dead. But yeah, there's a baro sensor that you can improvise with it, and it'll probably make tuning a lot easier with it. Because the O2 sensor on this, it's literally just a little single wire O2 sensor off of like a Chevy truck. I've seen like the part numbers and stuff, but it's like a non-heated unit. It's not that accurate, you know. And it's funny, like Buell guys will be like, "Oh man, you gotta go off of what the AFE is, you know, blah blah blah." Look, dude, that O2 sensor ain't accurate for shit. That's just to try to get it into the ballpark. That's just what they had on the shelf. Like that's all it is. Like, it ain't nothing. But if you want to custom tune it, do it. I don't really recommend doing like the whole I'll just put a race ECM on it and it'll be fine. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just go get it tuned. Go do it properly. Just don't do like I did. Just throw a wideband on it and not log it. Like guess. I think I'm on revision like 15 right now. Yeah, don't do that stuff. I just don't want to log it. It'd be a pain in the ass. I think I have to carry my laptop around and like have it like on non-sleep mode in my backpack, and it'd be a nightmare. I don't want to do all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, just kind of play guesswork with it. Now running lean like this at idle, that ain't nothing. Like 16s and stuff, it ain't affecting anything. You gotta think that the motor's got a lot of overlap in it, you know, just sitting there idling, so it's gonna run a little lean. Nothing crazy. I ain't concerned with it. So yeah, I'll show you some new stuff I got on it. Couple little carbon fibre pieces. That's all. ASP handles, or yeah, whatever. No, levers. I finally got that carbon fiber piece in. That took forever to get in. That's pretty much it. Got, like I said, new fork seals and stuff. Just been daily riding it when I can. Still does that bullshit too. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. This is a short little moto vlog, just showing the bike off pretty much. It's been raining for the last week, and I just really want to get out and ride, and I was like, hey, I'll make another little moto vlog here and give it a little update on it. So I haven't really had a chance to test my suspension out since I got the seals and all that stuff fixed, the new oil in it. Yeah, you know, whatever. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Make sure you ride safe, wear your gear, dude. Get a helmet. Don't be one of them brothers. Don't do that. Yeah, I know we live in a free country and it's America. I'm looking out for these dogs. That guy does not have one on a leash. That is stupid. God, that's so dumb. Don't do that. Don't do that either. Like, if you're a pedestrian, don't do that shit. Like, one of them dogs can just run out in the middle of the street and make me have to lay her down. Don't do that. So dumb. Yeah, head on the swivel, guys. Wear your gear. Stay safe. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all that YouTuber stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next one.